have a very special episode. It's our 10th episode, too, double digits. And we have a very, very special guest returning, our first ever guest on the podcast, a dream guest on the podcast. We have Miss Catherine back. And yeah, we have
Woo!
fun things to talk about today.
Yeah. I think the first thing that we have to get into is let's throw it back to when Catherine was first on, and we decided to theorize if we thought JLo and Ben Affleck would stay together, which I think our consensus, if I remember correctly, was yes. They were
Yeah.
aligned for the ages and the media needed to calm down, except for the fact that now it is announced that they are getting a divorce. So
And they announced it on their wedding anniversary. JLo filed it because she said it just felt right.
She would. She really would.
That
good.
did make me laugh.
Yeah. So nothing much here to say other than, at least on my end, that, sometimes you're gonna throw out a theory. Sometimes you have a gut feeling and it's just wrong. That's okay.
Um,
I
I
feel
just have a soft spot for Ben Affleck, bro. Like, I probably
Fair.
shouldn't because, like, he's not like the best dude, But he's just like a goofy dude. He's just like a grumpy, funny guy in my head.
I feel
No.
like
Reminds me of my
he reminds me of myself sometimes. Like him
yeah,
with the
yeah,
coffee
yeah.
and spilling it all the time. And like his facial expressions, they're just so real. He doesn't hold back.
He's just a grumpy dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny, but
I feel like the nail in the coffin should have been when JLo like canceled her entire tour. Like that was
Forgot about
probably
that.
yeah. No, I forgot she canceled it because like apparently it was underselling, but also like the divorce was happening, I think is what the main thing was.
Wow.
that's crazy. Well,
Right?
I wonder what happened because they were not like married for very long.
Like 2.5 years, I think I saw. And they had been together like 20 years before and engaged back then. So like
Oh,
maybe Ben just needs to move on from the Jennifers because Jennifer Garner, it didn't work out with him. And then JLo, it's not working.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
saw today that she was I saw something that was like JLo was managing who he can be friends with, including Matt Damon. And I was
Oh my
like,
God. Well, that's the
what
real
is
romance.
going on?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, when one relationship ends, another relationship begins. And now we have Gracie Abrams and Paul Mescal. And I know there's a lot of lore I think we're all following. So, Catherine, I know you are an expert on this topic, so I'd
Yes.
love you to walk us through this.
Okay,
Where's yours?
so I would just like to add, I love all of these people. I love every single one. I feel like my bias, though, is Paul and Phoebe. I hate to say it. Like, for the longest time, even after their engagement broke up, I was in disbelief. I was like, oh, yeah, they're still together. It probably was like a year of me in disbelief. I'm not even lying until Phoebe started dating Bo Burnham. Is that his name? Bo,
Yeah.
the
Bo Burnham,
the
yeah.
other.
Yeah, I think that's who she's dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until she started dating him, that's whenever I was like, oh, they're not together. Okay. So I, but I still love all these people, including Daisy Edgar Jones, might I add, because she's like one of my favorite actresses. So this is like, I love them. Anyways, um, I am curious on this whole lore between all of them. And I feel like not a lot of like the media is touching on it because here's the thing is Gracie and Phoebe have both toured with Taylor Swift. On top of that, they have the same type of music, the sad girl music, like they definitely have had some overlap. There's photos of them together. And like I know Gracie's like a tad younger than Phoebe, so maybe like there was some mentorship happening. Who knows? But there's been photos of them being like, I love you, da 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 da, like very friendly. And there is like not much of what's said with Phoebe and Paul in the media. Like they don't talk, like there's no like friendliness. So like I'm curious on what's going on behind the scenes with Phoebe and Gracie. Now, might I add, I love my girl Phoebe, but she's messy too. She is very messy.
Yeah.
She has like been in like she has been in thruples, which isn't like messy, whatever, but
Oh
she's
my God, I
also
didn't
been
know.
like she's also cheated on people. Like it's very like she's outspoken about that. So whatever, I but yeah. So I'm curious on that. Honestly, I don't know what is going on with that. Maybe they were just like business friends, Gracie and Phoebe. Who knows? But I thought it was very interesting that the two T Swift girls that were touring with Taylor Swift are Eskimo sisters, essentially, with one another. They are, they've dated the same man, dating the same man.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What do y'all think?
I I just I feel like Paul Mescal's roster of songs that are going to be about him is going to be so long. And like I do think him and Gracie are cute together.
Me too, yeah.
I'm dying to know if she'll like go to the Gladiator premiere in a couple months with him and stuff like that. But I in my heart of hearts, I truly think him and Daisy Edgar Jones are like endgame. The pictures don't lie. I feel like they're meant to be.
No, I think
I
it's
totally see that.
I
Oh,
think they play.
sorry.
Oh no, you're so good. Oh my God, that's my bad. They like I think they play off each other well. Like they seem like very like well fitted, but like so did him and Phoebe because like
Yeah.
they're the same font. So it's like hard to be
Yeah.
like no, I can't see it because like I can't. Like I was a diehard like Phoebe and Paul fan.
Yeah.
And like now we have Gracie and Paul. It's like I can't now sit here and be like, oh, I don't like them together, or I don't see it. Because like it's the same font, it's the same relationship, basically. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
whispering into
yeah.
the mic, I think he's gonna be responded with. And that's okay.
I totally see that. Like I love all these people. And I think Paul and me have the same type with women. Honestly, like it kind of freaks me out. Also, like he just has a type in general.
Yeah.
Like uh, all of these women are the same font. Daisy Edgar Jones, Phoebe, and Gracie. They all just like have the same sort of aura and vibe in my head
Yeah.
that I'm just like, okay, like Paul, we get it. We genuinely get it. Like,
Get it.
I do think him and Gracie are very cute though. I
Yeah.
do really like them together. I think it's like it wasn't something that was on my 2024 bingo card, but I think they're cute. And I do wish like happiness for them. I will say I agree with you, Allie. I think that Phoebe and or I think Paul and Daisy Edgar Jones are endgame. I think they've been too good of friends for the longest time that maybe it's just like a very slow burn type of situation. But I definitely think something's going to happen in the future. Pictures don't lie. So,
Don't lie.
Literally, the new picture that gives the same energy of Paul and Phoebe with like Daisy in the front of them at the Met Gala, it was recreated. Like the
Yeah.
history book on the shelf repeated itself. Like I I really feel like they can't fake that kind of chemistry, you know? So maybe they don't realize it, but we see it.
Yeah.
we see it.
We see it.
I'm betting on it.
No, same. I also heard that um I'm blanking on her name. Gracie Abrams might have dated Dylan O'Brien in the past too, which is just like a crazy roster
I
to go
saw that
from
too.
Dylan O'Brien to Paul Mescal. She's winning at life for
Wow.
real.
Well, here's another thing with the T Swift tour girls overlap because Sabrina Carpenter also had rumors, and I'm not sure if it was confirmed,
Yeah.
but they they were going on several dates too, is what I heard.
Really?
So,
Yep.
Oh my
and then
God.
also Dylan O'Brien and the All Too Well music. Yeah,
Ghost.
this sounds like a very messy group of dating lives. Like,
The Eras
love
tour is
people
just
individually,
mixing and
no
matching.
hate.
Basically. Like the Eras tour is just
Like,
putting anyone and everyone they can put together.
yeah, I really can't imagine the tension in the room with these types of people, you know?
Right, the floor goes.
Like,
Yeah.
No, because okay, do you guys know that I sent it to Catherine, but do you guys know that it's like that trend where it's like do you have like at the sitting at the dinner
Yes,
table?
I was
The
just thinking about
poster.
that.
Okay, I got one that was JLo, Ben, and Matt Damon, which is obviously its own
Own thing.
triangle of
Yeah. Own
craziness.
phenomenon.
Then I had Daisy Edgar Jones, Paul Mescal, Phoebe, and Gracie. And
Shut up.
it's just, oh no, it wasn't Gracie. I'm sorry. That would have been crazy though. It was Bo
Yeah.
Burnham. And that was just a crazy whole world
Yeah.
activity. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I imagine now with all these conversations. I'm just seeing that all play out like at this dinner table, and I'm like, that's crazy.
No, that'd be so
Yeah.
insane. I love to like think about like what is the craziest group of people I could have at a table. That's a
Right?
really I want someone where it was like Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, Kanye, Kim, and Taylor.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
That one's crazy.
That one I think
That
I'd
was
be present for.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, someone else known for getting into some love triangles, at least in their fandom, people see it this way. Sabrina Carpenter herself. Yes. She yeah, and I think it's safe to say maybe that this album kind of covers that a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think a great place to start with that is the Taste music video.
Oh my God. It was
Did they
crazy.
kill
Yeah.
Sean? Did they
Yeah.
kill
Oh, they so
Amanda?
killed Sean.
That
Like,
was crazy.
yeah,
No, I didn't put it together that it was supposed to be Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes until like days afterwards. But then once I heard the rumor, I couldn't like unhear it. And it makes so much sense.
right.
Like,
Yeah. No, I literally just watched this music video like 30 minutes ago and I was like, wow, that guy looks like Shawn Mendes. And I was
yeah,
like, I know that. I know Jenna Ortega is supposed to be Camila
Camila.
Cabello. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Um,
crazy.
And apparently Camila Cabello like posted a picture the other day and she's wearing a dress that's super similar to the one Sabrina wears in
Right.
Espresso like single cover. And
yeah.
so everyone's like, this is there's a feud going on. But like I I'm obsessed with the new album though. I think it's so
Do
good.
you guys have a favorite song
Me.
you're singing?
I think mine is Sharpest Tool, honestly.
Oh, that one's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. Wait, let me go through the list really
Yeah.
quick. Taste is the
Or
first
yeah, let me go through
one. Yeah.
Ace is one of my favorites. Slim Pickens, I
Oh,
love that
I
one.
like that too. Yeah, I was gonna say that one.
And I
I need like I'm sorry.
oh no,
I
you go.
need like a like deluxe album where Casey Musgraves is
But
featured. And I feel like
literally,
we're gonna get
Ali, literally
it.
that was coming out of my mouth. You don't
Really?
understand. That is what I was saying. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I feel like it'll
When I
happen,
first heard it, I was like, this is such a Casey Musgraves song.
right? I was like,
Her
this would have
way,
been on her
her
album.
style. Yeah, no.
Yes. And like Casey Musgraves came out whatever festival Sabrina was playing a couple weeks ago and they sang like whatever that song is, The Boots Are Made for Walking. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
But like so I feel like that could have been a little Easter egg, you know?
Right? Like they're collabing. They're working
Yeah,
together.
please. I'd love that. But okay, I think Juno is so good.
Juno. Yes.
Juno's really
You
good.
know,
But I figured I didn't know if she was talking about like some girl named Juno I didn't know or if it was like the movie Juno.
It's the
no,
movie.
she
The
confirmed
movie.
it was the
Yeah.
She
movie.
confirmed it.
And
Yeah.
okay, I love that song. I really do.
Yeah.
But I kind of find it a little crazy that she compared it to the movie, mainly because I have y'all watched the movie?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it. But like I know
Okay,
what it's
so
about.
in the movie, I'll just give you a rundown if
Okay.
you're okay with that and
Oh
maybe
yeah.
some
It's been
spoilers.
out for like 30 years.
So Juno is with this we follow this girl who's like 16 and she ends up like getting pregnant by her boyfriend at the time. And she wants to give the baby up for adoption. She doesn't want to like keep the baby. And she tried to get an abortion, didn't work out. So she found this family on this newspaper ad and she ended up contacting them. And then the family has Jennifer Garner in it. And then what's his name? He's in
Bateman.
Arrested Development.
Oh,
What is
Jason
it?
Jason Bateman.
Yes. And it follows them and they are not like they're trying to have kids and stuff, but it's not working out. Basically, they end up not working out themselves. And Jason Bateman, he
Mhm.
ended up um, like kind of falling for the 16-year-old. And he ended up like he was under the impression that they were going to like end up together and stuff because they had a lot in common, but it wasn't like that. And um
That's
so with the
not where I
meaning
thought this
of
was going.
Juno, it is a little weird in my opinion. I
Yeah,
don't
that's a little
really I thought it was a little weird. I was like you make me Juno, like you make me want to get pregnant, but like you're talking about a 16-year-old girl that this
yeah.
older man wanted to run away with. Like
Yeah,
it
I did
was
not see
weird.
that as where the movie was going at all. I thought it was just about
Yeah,
a girl who got pregnant. That's insane.
Well, my theory is maybe she just liked the name Juno because the name
Probably.
Juno's like kind of getting popular right now. And I
right.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I feel like she just kind of wanted to like have that Y2K kind of like aesthetic almost, and like Juno's like such like an iconic movie, and like the whole song is just basically about like I'll allow you to like let me get pregnant basically and like live with you like forever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
be with you forever, if you treat me right. And but then like yeah, Juno just didn't, I don't know, it's not the character. Like, the story doesn't line.
Yeah.
First of all, Juno's 16, babe. Like you are in your late 20s. Like it's not the same when you baby trap in your late 20s than having a baby at 16 and giving it up for adoption. It was just
Quite
like a
different.
really weird reference to make. And then she did say, she was like, oh yeah, like someone asked me, is it the Greek goddess Juno or the pregnant one? And I was like, no, it's the pregnant one. Which again makes sense for the song, but like just
Yeah.
think about the actual movie Juno. It does not connect at all.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
yeah. It makes me think, have you watched this movie? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
It's probably more
know.
surface level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
I think
Yeah.
she
yeah,
just
I
wanted
definitely
people
think
to think,
so.
yeah,
I think the song is really good itself. Like it's super catchy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of her catchier songs in the album.
yeah,
The meaning though, I will say, I was like even talking about this with Sydney like last week. I was like, I am a little confused with this meaning. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this, but I was like, I think it's kind of weird.
no.
But overall, the album is really good. I think my
Yeah.
top three is like Taste, Some Pickins, and Sharpest Tool for me.
I
I really
think
like the album.
I'm trying to go, let's see. I think, yeah, I like Good Graces too, which when I heard that, I was like, this sounds like it would have been on an Ariana Grande album like a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah, I thought that one reminded me of Ariana quite a lot.
I really like Lied to Girls. I feel like that one is like such a truth. I feel like there's just like a lot of like hard truths about being a woman on this album, and that was like
Yeah,
a really good one. That was like, damn, she's so right, but like, damn,
no,
that's
I
great.
completely agree. I just, I wish I got tickets because I want to go see her so bad, but why were they so
Oh,
expensive? Like they were
good and
ridiculous.
so hard to get. I
She's
was like,
Yeah, I'll find a way.
Her marketing has been like really great so far. Like she has a really whoever's on her marketing team really deserves like a nice Christmas bonus, a trip to Fiji. Like, oh my goodness.
yeah,
Literally.
Because she's up, honestly.
yeah,
And I was hearing all the rumors about like Barry Keoghan and her breaking up, but he's been like hyping up the album left and right. So I definitely don't think any of that was true, you know? But
yeah,
yeah, I think there's a couple Barry songs I think too. Like the
right,
Bed Camp is clearly about him, I think,
yeah.
because they like
The white
have that.
coat.
Yeah, anything where she says like something with the accent is
Yes.
like,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gotta be him. Like Sean didn't have like an
Yeah, it's not the Canadian accent, no
yeah.
offense.
It's not. One thing I saw that people are saying is about Sean though is there, and they are. That line that he doesn't even know the difference. And there's an old tweet that surfaced from like, I don't know, like 10 years ago of Sean being like using the wrong there, basically. It was like something about like women, and he's like, I don't even remember what it was, but he used the wrong there. And then someone
Oh,
recently commented, like a big brand, I think they retweeted it, and they were like, there with the little star. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh, so
God.
y'all are finding
No,
the
yeah.
receipts now. The receipts are coming up.
Also, I
What?
was like, Yeah, also apparently Lyle the crocodile is like the la la la, and I think Taste is supposed to impersonate Lyle the
Oh,
crocodile that Shawn Mendes
When it
was like the voice
is
actor for.
that is so funny.
crazy.
Oh my God. Have y'all heard the rumors that there might be like a Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo collab in the works?
That'd be awesome.
That would
That
be
would
good.
be so, I think that would break
Yeah,
the
also, hey, I forgot to add this on our last topic, but let me backtrack to the fact that I'm so sad probably Gracie and Phoebe are not gonna have a collab ever.
Oh my God. Yeah,
But
you're so right.
yeah,
No.
ever since now they're dating, like they dated the
That's what
same
we're really
person.
mourning. Yeah.
Ultimate sad girl album, that would be. And
Yeah.
it's also crazy
Okay,
because I'm like, is Taylor Swift picking sides? Because like she's done collabs with both of them. I'm like, who is she taking in this, if anyone? But
Probably like
I think,
everyone is with everyone at this point.
yeah. I mean, we know which direction she went with the whole Olivia and Sabrina
Yeah.
drama.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that was a little different
It was.
though, maybe because there was some like
Wasn't there
copyright
like,
issues.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
she was like
supposedly
suing
Taylor,
Olivia Rodrigo. Well, not
yeah.
suing her. I don't think they ever went to court. But it was like the whole Deja Vu, Cruel Summer, who actually wrote the song drama.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift ended up getting like 50% of like in Jack, but 50% of the writing credit because they said it was too similar to Cruel Summer basically, and then she sampled it. And so they get, I think, like 50% of profits from that song.
Hmm.
And so I personally think that was probably where the bad blood came from.
Probably.
Kind of funny now that she's bringing Sabrina on tour and like doing all this. It's just kind of like the timing of everything. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
silly,
No, I could definitely see that. But if they did collab, I think it would break the internet. Like
right?
it would go crazy. But I don't know. I don't know if that would ever be a possibility, but I kept seeing that tweet like circulating a couple weeks ago. So thought I'd
My
bring it up.
other favorite collabs that Sabrina keeps doing is bringing old Disney Channel stars into her music videos. I mean, we
Yay.
got Milo on Feather, and he's from the movie Zombies, and now we have Jenna Ortega from what was she in? Stuck in the Middle, I think.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Girl
like,
Meets World. We need that
they-
one.
we're bringing everyone back from
Yeah,
Disney.
we need
I'm like,
Rowan.
who are you bringing back next?
I
Like,
wanted to bring
yeah.
back the woman who plays Topanga because like I know she's got
You
such a good
never get her
relationship
name.
with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle Fisher.
Maybe Juno music video and she plays like the mom or
That'd be
something.
kind of cute. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy though. That'd be crazy,
Yeah,
like
that'd
cute.
be insane. Yeah. Which one
Um,
Yeah,
do you guys
let
think
me.
will get a music video? Like
ooh,
other than what we got?
I would say maybe. Wait, I need to look through this again.
I know. I keep
feel
forgetting what
like
all.
Bed Chem could get one.
I could see.
Um,
Wait, did you say other than Juno, Allie?
Oh, I just said other
Is
than like
Juno?
what dot or dot because I could so see Juno
Oh,
or
I
Ben.
definitely think Juno would be the next, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that she'll probably recreate the movie in some sort of way. Um,
oh,
yeah,
How deep
probably,
it goes.
another one I could see
yeah.
Good Graces. Good Graces, I feel like
I
she
could see
might try
that.
to single out.
Yeah.
Or Slim Pickens because she was like already kind of promoting that in some sort of like, I think it was like her a conference. It
Yeah,
looked
like
like
a
a very,
Grammy thing I
So that's
saw.
the Grammys Museum.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
They didn't want
Yeah.
to let me
Also, let
know.
me just add that like I saw I don't know her name, but she's been in like a couple Netflix movies, I believe, but she was, I think, supposed to portray Sharpay in the new High School Musical TV show.
Oh,
She,
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't
I
remember her.
forget her name. I could look it up, but she is best friends, or she's like friends with Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Um, and
Oh,
she
Sophia
promoted.
Riley. Isn't that her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She promoted Sabrina's
She
album and
loves
like
Sabrina's album.
started like lip singing, I think Taste or something.
Yep.
And I thought that was tea. And a lot of people were commenting on TikTok being like tea. And Sabrina commented like something like being supportive. So
Mhm.
I thought that was a little interesting. I think honestly, as time passes, her and Olivia Rodrigo are probably not going to have bad blood.
Yeah.
Honestly, both of their careers got helped Like they really got boosted through this whole like situation with Joshua Bassett. So like
Yeah.
really can they be mad at each other? No, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even like, I don't know. This might be a hot take. I'm not sure if there ever was like bad blood, but like maybe they were literally like working it out in their
Well, yeah,
songs.
I like always try to think back to that time,
Yeah.
and I feel like just so much of it was like fan driven. Like
Yeah.
and that even
Oh,
with the Camilla, Sean, and Sabrina of it all, I just feel like a lot of it is just with Sabrina. I feel like she doesn't come out and like talk on drama like that. Like she's just trying to like live her life. She
yeah.
like likes being like very public, I feel. But like with that stuff, she's never like bashing anyone like ever. Like even in her music, she's not really calling at least ever the women out. Like she's never really coming after like Camilla or coming after like Olivia. And so I'm just like, I feel like a lot of it is just like fan driven, like this idea of like, oh, like they must be fighting over him if they both dated it. It's like, no, just because they run in the same circles doesn't mean they're all getting offended about one another.
I could,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like they both maybe like worked it out when Olivia released Driver's License, and then
Yeah.
Sabrina released what's that song, Skin, which like people really thought could have been about that whole issue. And
Yeah.
so like, I don't know. I feel like the ultimate way is for them to work it out on the remix though, which is what I want, like really badly.
Back.
Yeah,
That would be so
Well,
awesome.
literally.
so that is now doing a lot of love triangles because this whole episode is just about love triangles,
Yeah,
actually. I've
basically.
decided this is the love
Really?
triangle episode. Um,
What a
is Emily in Paris season 4. So, Allie, were you able to catch up?
Yes, I binged the whole thing yesterday.
Amazing. So, what do we think? Did we like season 4, part 1? Did we not like it?
I don't know. Like,
Hey.
I enjoyed watching it just because it's like a guilty pleasure show to
Yeah,
me. But like, I don't know. I feel like doing it in this two parts thing isn't helping this show. Like, I
it's
feel like
not
Emily
this
in Paris
show,
is something I watch in like one day and then like I wait a
right?
year for it to come back, you know? So I really don't know. I mean, like,
Mhm.
Emily was just screwing things up for her as usual, like really bad this time. But Catherine, I know you had some thoughts.
Yeah, I can't stand Emily. I'm sorry. Like, I
She's meant,
really liked her as a character the first 1.5 seasons. I
yeah,
thought she was very bubbly and like I thought, I don't know, I just thought like she was a good person. And then she did that thing to Cammy and like, ouch.
yeah,
And then she just keeps screwing things up. And the thing that pisses me off about that is like everyone in her close group of circle, other than her coworkers that are like, here you go, Emily, screwing things up again, are like not really like, pressing on the fact that
yeah.
she keeps screwing things up.
No one
And
calls
this
her
is like hard for me to say because I love Lily Collins. So like I want to love all of the characters she plays. But Emily is like such a hard character because she's like very bubbly, very kind outwardly, but also very selfish. She like just constantly like is like just doing what's only best for her and stuff. And Mindy, her best friend, just kind of like lets her do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, um, hey, so Emily was like wanting to run away with Gabrielle, who might have had like a baby or
Yeah.
might have not. Like, wait, so I
No,
don't
it's
know. I I definitely don't watch Emily in Paris for Emily herself. I kind of like to see like everything.
Yeah.
But I can't stand her character. Yeah,
I
that's just how
no,
I feel.
I feel like she's the creator of this show is also like the creator of Sex and the City. And I feel like Emily mirrors
Oh,
Carrie Bradshaw so much because
yeah.
That
Carrie
makes
was
sense.
again and again always making the wrong decision and like messing things up. And I feel like those friends were better at calling Carrie out sometimes than like you're saying Mindy really doesn't do that at all.
No.
But the one that really pissed me off this season was at the masquerade ball when she so clearly was like, doing the thing where she'd go to one end of the room and be with Alfie and then the other end to be with Gabrielle. And then she fully just leaves with Gabrielle. And it's just like, okay, bye, Alfie. Like after
Yeah.
she let him on so bad
Well,
that
see.
episode. Yeah, I'm like an Alfie fan. I kind of like him more
I
than, yeah, but
I think it's fairly obvious that the creators like want Gabrielle and Emily to be together, but I really liked Alfie. I really did. I thought like Alfie was really good for Emily, and I also hated the fact that like there was like Alfie just kind of left after that. Like
Right?
he hasn't shown up. Like,
He literally was like,
it
F you and got out. It
Yeah.
was such
yeah,
a weird
I
ending.
hope there's
yeah.
more to
But
his
like
story
they're
in part
also
two.
essentially coworkers, right? So like
Yeah,
is he
Yeah,
gonna
for
show
sure.
up again?
yeah.
Or is that it?
Like, I
Exactly.
don't, did they just bring him back because fans liked him and then like that was the end of him? Because if that's the end, like I did not like that at all. But like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I really hope they bring more of him back in part two of the season because we just got like no closure to his story like whatsoever. And like I just personally think that she has more chemistry with Alfie. I think their relationship is a lot more believable for me than
Yeah.
her and Gabrielle. But like I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
Gabrielle
saw
and her just fall flat, I feel like.
literally, I saw a really cute, sad TikTok the other day where you guys know like that's like unreleased version of My Boy Only Breaks His Only Oh, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, where she goes, he was my best friend, and that was the worst part. They had that of Emily and Alfie, and I was like, that's so sad. Because I really feel like they had a friendship and then became a couple, you know? So like I really am more team Alfie and Emily than Gabrielle and Emily. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say like the first see like before Alfie came on and like before I think Cammy and Gabrielle got back together like the first time, I was like, oh, like I see the chemistry with her and Gabrielle, but like now like once Alfie came in, I was like, I feel like there's more chemistry. Like I feel like there's spark and stuff. Because they were like enemies to lovers at that point. And like I don't know. I
I love
thought it made more sense.
No, I completely agree.
I think another crazy
But
storyline
like,
has just been Camille's pregnancy. I'm like, and now she's not pregnant.
Right? And then she didn't
She's
tell them.
lying.
Yes. Like, is
I
she
mean,
in
like,
love with
was it
Gabrielle
the
or
right
not?
moment to say that? I mean, I guess not. Like, but like, girl,
Yeah, like I thought that too.
why?
Like maybe it wasn't the right time to say it because like it was a party and bring down the vibes. But also, like, I just want them to make up their minds on if Camille is in love with Gabrielle or not. Because all last season she was falling for, I can't remember the Greek woman's name, but
Wait,
like
Sophia?
Sophia, yeah. And then they just like wrote Sophia off pretty abruptly too. So
Yeah.
like I'm like, guys, we had a perfect way for if you want Emily and Gabrielle to be together. Like Camille fell in love with someone else.
yeah.
Then
And
they
it
threw that
seems like
away.
that's the way they were going. Like, it seemed like that was what they were gonna do, and then they just didn't. And I'm like, uh.
Exactly. So like,
And
I don't
now it's
know.
messing with his dream because like he was like, well, I really, at the end of the day shouldn't be like a Michelin star right now anyways because of all the pressure it's gonna bring because like I have my two women in my life and my baby on the way. Like he's like, but if he knows he doesn't have a baby on the way, then maybe he would keep fighting for the Michelin star and
Yeah.
like, because he wouldn't have to have all this energy on this new child coming into his life. And so it's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you better
I
say something.
definitely didn't tell him though at that point because like that would have been so much change in one episode for
So
him. Like
awkward.
if I were him, I'd probably have like some sort of like I would freak out. I would
I'd
be
have
like, oh
a
my God, my life is apart.
crisis. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I also is I saw like a part of like a little thing about part two. Aren't they going to Rome? Like I think it said Emily.
Oh, I haven't watched the trailer
I haven't
actually. I
seen the
didn't know that
trailer
they came
either.
out with it.
There was like a little poster that was posted. Let me see if I can find it. But like it was very much imitating like Roman Holiday, like with Audrey Hepburn and the guy, I can't remember.
Ooh.
Let me see. I think yeah.
Well, that's so cute because Lily Collins looks like Audrey Hepburn.
Yes.
Like they have similar.
When she
Oh
was
yeah, they are
yeah.
going to Rome.
Wait,
When
that's
she
so
wasn't
fun.
cast as Audrey Hepburn in like the biopic coming out about her, I thought that was such a
Oh.
crime.
Wait,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh
She was
my
they
God.
cast
Why?
the woman who's married to like Joaquin Phoenix, which she also looks like her, but like it just seems so clearly that like Lily Collins has been campaigning for this role for like her whole life. So I thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they are going. And then Oh, that doesn't look like Gabrielle, but yeah, that looks like a different guy. And then
Well,
Laura.
Alfie is there in the public photos when you flip through because I think it's a work trip for the guy that Alfie works for. So I think we are getting more Alfie, it looks like. So
Alfie and
Thank
holding
Rose.
out.
goodness.
I'm holding out. 'Cause
I
the girl
I
has to
love
run his
Alfie.
restaurant. So
Oh my God. I would, yeah, I'm a team Alfie, like hardcore. But I don't dislike Gabrielle. I just feel like there's so much messiness that comes with Gabrielle. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
I'm also
completely.
like,
I also think Gabrielle's kind of boring right now. I
Yeah.
think like there's been
yeah,
like we get it, like it's the whole like same thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of bored of seeing Gabrielle, to be honest.
that's
I
fair.
agree.
I think they're developing his character that
Yeah.
much right now.
You need to give him more than just Chef and Emily and Camille.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see kind of what happens with Sylvie because they've been developing her story a lot. Obviously, talking about like her past and like Nikolai's
Oh, I
father
love her.
and like everything. Like, I'm so happy she like spoke up, but then also like the impact that's having on like her husband's career and his club. Now they brought her mother into it, and her mother doesn't seem to be much of a positive
Yeah,
impact in her life because she seems a little greedy.
literally.
But so I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this new like club plays out and kind of like what happens with that because there's obviously something they haven't like told us yet. So
No, I totally see that. And like, I also wanted to throw in as for like side characters' stories. Mindy's kind of has this like subtle love triangle going on too because
yeah,
she had the fling with I forget his name but like the guitar player in her band which
Yeah.
I love him like he needs more screen time but and then like the guy like Nicola she's with and like I feel like I can't decide if they're like gonna make Nicola a better person and not a jerk like he's been or if she's gonna like realize she loves the guitar player.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting a little bit that Nikolai is like a good. I feel like he's turning the wheels. Like he's decided he's gonna go against his father. He went
Yeah,
to the board. He's running it, but also running a company can make you greedy, and he could start
exactly.
turning into his father a little bit. So I'm like
Yeah.
curious to see where that goes because I feel like it's very in the air right now which way it could go.
No, I totally agree. Like I know is her name Ashley Park?
Yes.
The actress,
Yeah.
she's dating Nicola, like the actor who plays him in real life.
Oh,
they've been
really?
together a year or something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that also could be a very big like behind the scenes reason as to why maybe they want to keep Nicola around. But like, I don't know. I feel like she has so much more chemistry with I'm forgetting his name. Is it Benoit?
Yes. That's
I
Yeah, okay.
something. Yeah.
I was
that.
like, that
I
sounds
okay. Yeah.
yeah, sounds
I
French.
think we'll probably choose him, the guitar player,
Yeah.
over Nicola. And I think it might be like a situation of like it's a little too late with Nicola or something. I don't know because they've been fighting a lot, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But he has been turning a page, and he like this show's so complex because a lot of these characters don't really like they are all like so positive and bubbly. I feel like they're all like, "Oh, look, it worked out." Da, 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 da. So like I
Yeah.
think like that's like with Nicola too. So like I definitely think that they're probably not gonna work out. And but they also have a lot in common because their parents were both billionaires, so they like know how it is. So like I don't know. I
Yeah.
definitely think there's more chemistry with the guitar player though.
No, same.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah.
part two is coming out in a few weeks. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
We will
There's
have
a
to
lot in the
discuss.
air.
Yeah.
Netflix, I don't know. I feel like you said, Ali, I don't know if the two-part is working for the series. Maybe it is, because now I'm like, we just talked about this, and I'm like, wow, I have so much to look forward to.
Yeah,
I have
maybe
so
it
much
is.
coming up. So maybe it is working for them with this show.
Maybe.
But I feel like the two parts works well for like a Bridgerton or like just one more of like a Stranger Things.
Yeah, or Outer Banks is doing it this year too, I know. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
they're gonna
wow.
do like first 5 episodes, then the other 5. I think that's just
I
Netflix is
think
doing.
Netflix is just I don't know why they're doing this, but
I
yeah,
know.
Netflix is also
I think it's to
taking off
like
the basic plan and
Yes.
adding ads.
And they got rid of they figured it out with my family. My brother just went to college and my dad and I were trying to watch something and we got the alert that they knew my brother was in a whole other state. So
Yep.
like if we wanted to let him keep doing it, it was like keep using it, it was like an extra like $15 or something per month. It was insane. Yeah. We just dismissed it because it didn't like make you update it. So we're gonna see if they actually like hold down on that, you know? Because like
Well, if
they
you like log out to and log back in, sometimes
yeah,
that kind of resets it in their system. I don't know. It's like a whole.
yeah, yeah,
But no, I guess like what they're doing is like they want you to keep watching. And so like because what some people will do is like, oh well, I only watch Stranger Things on Netflix. And so whenever
mhm.
we have a new season, that's when I'll start my new subscription. And so I guess this is a way for them to get 2 months out of you instead of
Yeah,
1 month because like you won't cancel it until the second part comes out. Seems like
yeah.
a lot of work for just keeping people on another month. But
Yeah.
hey.
And I think they're running into the issue of like, yeah, we all just use our parents' accounts, you know, and like
Yes.
there's no new customers really coming in, I guess, at a grand scheme of things, but like, come on.
And then they thought everyone that got
It's
booted would
not
just go and get a
Netflix is
Netflix
struggling.
account. And I don't know anyone that's been booted and has gotten a new Netflix account. Like I don't
Literally,
know
we
anyone
find
that
a
has
way.
a shared
Yeah.
password that is now a Netflix subscriber. Like we
Yeah.
could find workarounds.
No, we
You can
find a
go
way.
without. You can go without until you can go binge it at your parents' house.
Literally. Or sometimes even Netflix releases stuff on DVD. Like Stranger Things you can buy on DVD. It's just it
Oh,
takes a long time
What?
for it to make it to
yeah.
DVD. Yeah.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, that was a whole nother
Side
thing.
note, Bath and Body Works has really cute Stranger Things stuff right
I
now
saw
for Halloween.
that. I
It's
kind of want to
good.
go. Yeah.
Uh,
Girl.
uh,
Well, okay. Well, Emily in Paris will be waiting for part 2. But something that's coming back also kind of soon at the end of this month is SNL. Woo. So, as we teased last episode, we kind of made a little bracket for what we think the first couple episodes, who they're going to be hosted by. So, Catherine, did you end up making a list?
no, I was gonna do the challenge if that was
Okay.
okay.
I like that.
I love
Okay.
it. So, okay, we're gonna have like a little challenge. So, Allie and I will present based on the date who we think it's gonna be and why. And then Catherine, you get to pick who is the most realistic. And from there, we'll figure out who has the best predictions.
I
And
feel
so,
like
That's
mine
fun.
go in
Okay.
between really wild and chaotic, and then like it makes sense. Like there's either that
right?
or the other thing.
I
Yeah.
tried to be like as realistic as possible, but sometimes it was hard. It was like
My first one's so unrealistic. Like I'm just going crazy right off the bat.
I'm also so curious if we're gonna have any overlap because I feel
Me
like we
too, because we had a lot of overlap
might,
for what did we? Oh, for the fan casting episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so we'll
Yeah,
see.
Okay.
I'll like listen to them and I'm like, wow, y'all really do have a lot of overlap. And it's like some people that I literally like, there are like some that are just like so like niche that I'm like, I wouldn't have guessed that.
We might be the same brain at this point. It's a little scary. Okay. Do you want to start out, Sydney, with September 28th? Okay.
Yeah. So September 28th, that'll be the pilot for season 50. But I think a key thing to point out is that it's not the season 50 special. That'll be in
Oh,
February. Oh, although I think Lauren Michaels came out and said they're going to be celebrating all season long. But I still think it's going to be like pretty traditional how they pick.
okay.
And so I didn't pick based on thinking that this was the special. So
Yeah.
I'd love to point that out. But I kind of went back and forth on two people. But and it was hard to decide which one. I guess I'm gonna lock in Adam Driver, because he's coming out in a new movie, Megalopolis,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this would be his 5 timer jacket time. And so I feel like starting off season 50 with a 5 timer, which 5 timer is like means
Yeah.
you've hosted 5 times and you get a special robe. And so, and Adam Driver always does really well on SNL. My
Yes.
backup in my mind was Glenn Powell for Twisters, but I think there was a lot of buzz still going for that, but it's kind of died now. So
Yeah.
I'm taking off Glenn Powell and I'm locking in Adam Driver for Megalopolis. So, yes.
Do you have a musical guest?
Okay, so for this one, I was kind of thinking, I think it'd be iconic if it was Charlie XCX for Brad.
Okay.
I was
That'd
like,
be
this
so
would be a great way
fun.
to wrap Brat Summer. And she has one more remix, she said, coming out. So I feel like it can come out around the episode. So that's what I'm locking in.
Okay. Mine is way more chaotic.
Okay.
Um, Mind you, I think she closed out season 49, if I'm correct. I have Sabrina Carpenter will be the host and the musical guest.
Oh,
Short and sweet coming out.
okay.
And I think she's gonna pull a Dua Lipa, Bad Bunny. Who else has been the host and musical guest lately? I feel like they've been doing that a lot in like the last
It
year.
was
Right.
Dua Lipa last time.
Yeah.
Um,
So I feel like she's having her moment right now, more so even than when like Espresso first came out, to where I
Yeah.
could feel like she might come back.
Yeah.
But I also acknowledge that she literally was just there. So my um I'm not too sure if I'm that confident in this will happen, but I
Right.
think it's fun. That's
I
about all
do
I'm
like
gonna say.
that one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
Catherine, what's your call?
as much as I like both of these answers, I definitely think Sabrina Carpenter is like a great. I think I could definitely see her do it one day. I definitely
Yeah.
do. Um, I think that because her album and marketing will probably die down by then, I'm gonna say Adam Driver,
I think I agree.
mainly because that summer has been such a huge thing that like I think they need Charlie XCX as like an opener for the first
Yeah.
week. And because like yeah, like the five timer does make sense. But I do hope like Sabrina does get to
Oh, yeah.
host and be a music.
Eventually she will.
I could
Yeah.
probably see her do it sometime this
Yeah.
season, if not this season, next season.
Yeah.
Because next new album.
Exactly.
I think I agree with you because like I forgot Adam Driver has a movie coming out and it makes sense. Something about like the Five Timers Club and like, 5 times 10, 50. I was like, I think I feel like there's some little Easter eggs.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Play. I'll take it. All right. Okay. So next episode I had was October 5th, the
Yeah.
next week. So Allie, do you want to go first this time?
Okay. So there's a little bit of overlap with Sydney and I. It's just mine's a week later. I
Oh.
had Charlie XCX as the musical guest for this one.
Mhm.
No reason. I just thought I wanted Sabrina to start out the season. So I was like, we need Charlie in there though. So I threw her in as the next one. But I had an alternate for the musical guest, which I'll get to. But I was looking at what movies were coming out in October, and Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh have a movie coming out. We Live in Time. And we've had Andrew Garfield on SNL before, but we haven't had Florence Pugh. So I put Florence Pugh as the musical guest, or as the host, with Charlie XCX as the musical guest. Or on October 4th, Coldplay releases a new album. So I also have Coldplay as the alternate. But I feel like you have Coldplay now.
Yeah. Okay, looking
That's
at the
hilarious.
history of SNL,
Yeah.
Coldplay, we know anytime they have a new album, they usually come on the show. So for Moon Music, I do have this week that Coldplay will be out on SNL stage.
Yeah.
Glad we did
That's
find we
funny.
have an overlap. For me, though, I actually did not go the movie route. I went the television route for this
Oh my
episode.
God.
For Agatha All Along, I'm going to lock in either Aubrey Plaza because a little returning moment,
Yes.
but I could also see Catherine Hahn come on the show for her
Has she
role.
hosted before?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because she crossed my mind too, but for some reason I was like, oh, she's hosted before. I don't know. But like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I
Yeah.
feel like it's less likely Aubrey Plaza, more likely Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
But that was my guess was an Agatha All Along cameo and then Coldplay for the music.
I could so see that. And okay, I think either of ours I can visualize so well Florence Pugh
Yeah.
or Catherine Hahn being like, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
as soon as you said Andrew Garfield or Florence Pugh, I was like, shoot, like that's right. Like that's a good one.
Thank you. Yours is good too, though.
Both of y'all are good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean Coldplay's definitely playing then.
Yeah.
That's for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we make this a tie? Because that one's good. Y'all are both
Yeah.
good. Because like
Thank
y'all
you.
both really threw out like these people didn't like haven't been on SNL. And both Catherine and Florence deserve to be on SNL. I think it
Yeah.
would be more so them than Andrew Garfield or Aubrey Plaza.
I agree.
Yeah. And I feel like
It really could go both ways.
Yeah.
be it'd be crazy if one of us is right about that one. I'm
Right.
excited to see. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
September 28th will be my first week at 30 Rock. So,
Yes. Oh my God, we
um,
haven't said it on the
oh
podcast.
yeah.
Can I be like super annoying and announce it? Okay. Sydney's gonna be a page.
So,
I was trying
yeah,
so hard to not say it last podcast. I was sitting
I'm
there like,
manifesting we're right
yeah,
about Sabrina or Charlie XCX because I just want to be in the
yes,
building while
you will
they're
find
rehearsing. So we're manifesting here.
round of applause. I'm so happy for you.
And
All right. Well, I love the tie. I think, yeah.
Okay. You want to
Coldplay,
start out
I'm
with
willing to
October?
like put my
Yeah,
life on the line for Coldplay being
yeah.
on.
Coldplay will be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna see this. They're gonna be like, no, we're doing someone different. They're too good. But
Okay. You want to start out with October 12th?
sure. Okay. So for October 12th, I didn't actually pick a musical guest. I didn't know we were picking a musical guest, but I have a list of who I think the musical
Okay.
guest would be all
Okay.
season. So I had people
Okay.
apply, and this one I think is gonna be really funny. So for host, this one I don't actually see it, but I kind of see it. Juno Temple for Venom, The Last Dance. So our old Spice Girl, our old Ted Lasso queen, in the midst
Yes.
of the Ted Lasso season 4 rumors, Juno Temple rises from the ashes to promote Venom: The Last Dance. Then, given it's Juno Temple, we have Sabrina Carpenter out there to play
Shut
Juno,
up.
and that is my prediction for
I
October.
like it. That's exactly what the writers were thinking, I think, or the producers.
And we have Juno, the skit, and Jennifer Garner and Jason Bateman both make a cameo.
Ah, I forget about the
So
characters.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I just made that all up. So
I like it. Okay, I have for October 12th, on October 10th, I believe, Outer Banks comes out. So I was
cool.
like, who's the most famous on Outer Banks? And Madeline Klein came to my head, and I feel like she's been in
Good.
her it girl year for a little while now. So I have
Yeah.
Madeline Klein as the host, but then I was looking, Mr. Jelly Roll has a album coming out, I think a couple days before. Oh, on October 11th, I wrote. Yeah. So I think it'll be Jelly Roll as the musical guest and Madeline Klein.
Ellie Roll is on my list of like just I had just like a list of musical
Yeah.
guests like throw out there and he's on there for
Yeah.
obvious.
No,
But
he has to. Has he been on SNL before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he
I don't
has.
think
Yeah.
But
But
he's
yeah,
funny in a skit and like in a
right?
skit. He would eat.
He'd be so funny, I think. So I feel like it's bound to happen.
He has a
no,
song.
yeah.
Does he have a song called Saturday Night Live?
Does he?
It kind of looks like it. I looked up SNL Jelly Roll and I think he does.
Wait, that's so funny. Okay, well, he's got to sing that.
There we
Yeah.
go.
All right, Catherine.
Um,
They're both kind of
yeah, no, okay. I think both of these are great. I'm gonna have to go with Outer Banks, Madeline Klein, mainly because also I don't keep up with Madeline too much, but I know she's dating slash dated Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah, I
So
didn't
being
get
an
that.
SNL alum would be very interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
On top of that, Belly Roll is a silly dude, and I know he's been on other Tonight shows, so I could totally see him like be here.
All right, thank you. I will take the crown for this week.
But
Okay.
maybe Juno the next week. Who
I
knows?
like
Because I
Juno.
love Juno
Yeah,
Temple. That'd
I
be
like.
awesome.
Okay. For the October 19th, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just wanted to find a place to throw this guy in there, so that's what I did. Um, he doesn't have, I think, a single thing coming out at this
Hey,
point in time. But I think Glenn Powell is due to be on SNL as a host. So
yeah.
I Glenn Powell as the host, writing off of just the
Has
crazy
he
year.
not yet?
No, he was a cameo on the Sydney Sweeney one, but he wasn't.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And then I have Shawn Mendes as the musical guest because he has an album coming out, I think, that week titled Shawn. So yeah, that's what mine is this week.
Hey.
His
Yeah.
album name is Sean.
Yes.
That's okay. Okay, he pulled a Taylor Swift with debut.
Um, okay, so mine for that week was John Hamm because another UT alum actually, so that's really
Yeah.
funny. Because he kept guest appearing throughout all of like season 49 and 48. Like he just kept being there. Anytime there's a five-timer, you got John Hamm ready to go in his little robe. They were ready. And so, given his frequency in reappearing and the love SNL has for him, as well as now I'm like doing this, and I should have written this down. This is like the worst notes I've ever taken. He's either in Transformers or Sonic. I think it's Transformers, but it might be Sonic as a voice. And both of those movies are coming out this fall. And so
Oh,
he has something to promote.
yeah,
He's showing up. It's the historic 50th season, John Hamm.
I could so see that.
That's
He's
what.
gonna be in Transformers, I think. I don't
Yes,
think it's
I'm
Sonic.
pretty
Because
sure.
I think the guy that plays the Prince Charming and Enchanted, I forget his name.
Oh,
Is
James Marsden, Sonic.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
could.
that's who I'm locking in. Then for my musical guest, I have Kelsey Ballerini because we know SNL loves a country star and she has a new album coming out. And so Kelsey Ballerini was my guest with her. And also Texas boy, then a country star. Great combo together. So
I like it.
yeah.
Dang. Okay, wait. So John Hamm is coming out with Transformers around that time.
Uh-huh.
And then Glenn Powell
Okay,
just.
does SNL just pulls random kit guests sometimes too, right? Like they do like
Yes.
anything.
Which is
Yeah.
why
Okay.
I was kind of like thinking John Hamm too, because he keeps making these weird cameos on the show.
Yeah.
Bring him back to host. He hasn't hosted in a while. But
I
also Glenn
Mm.
Powell has a lot of discourse around him. So I can see where the Glenn
yeah.
Powell.
He's just in his era.
So
Mind you, I also think Glenn and Charlie XCX would be very funny because he did the Apple dance for
yeah.
Twist Emotion.
Oh,
So
Julia.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Dang. Okay. I'm gonna say I will. mm, this is so hard. Okay, I think because there is a lot of discourse and because Shawn Mendes will be coming out with an album and is probably more sorry to fans of Kelsey Ballerini. I don't know her too much, but he's more in the media. I will
Yeah.
say Glenn Powell and Shawn Mendes. But I definitely think John Hamm is a huge possibility. This
Yeah.
one was a tough one because I do remember John Hamm in like
Almost.
SNL skits and
Yeah.
he'll definitely be in this season.
Oh yeah.
For the
So
special.
you
So
know,
he definitely is like very much a contender too for the 50th special. He'll definitely be in
Hey,
that.
how many five-timers are in the club? Do we
A
know?
lot.
We just brought them all back for the special and it adds up
that'd
to
be
50,
That would be
awesome.
like if you
totally
multiply
love.
it. I don't know if that
Wait,
can happen.
SNL Five Timers Club. I'm looking this up. Wait, so you're gonna be at working for SNL during their 50th
That's
anniversary.
gonna be
That's awesome.
so cool, Sydney.
Well,
Like, I'm so excited.
wait, there's 26 members right now.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot more than I thought. For some reason, I thought it wasn't many.
Ooh, one I don't know if they're gonna bring back, who's hosted like 17 times, was Alec Baldwin.
Oh, probably,
Um,
probably not.
That's already one we're gonna boot.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a lot. For some
Christopher
reason, I
Walken.
don't like max. There's 10 of them,
No,
but
Danny DeVito has hosted 6 times. Drew
oh,
Barrymore is there.
oh, Drew
Jonah
Barrymore.
Hill,
Jonah Hill.
Tina Fey,
Dwayne Johnson.
Scarlett Johansson,
Scarlett Johansson hosts a lot. Yeah.
Bill
Okay.
Murray. I feel like they'll definitely bring back Bill Murray.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Justin Tim, Ben
Oh,
Affleck.
oh my God.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
November.
there's
is what I have as the last one.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I have, okay, bear with me. We've had two hosts at once before with like Steve Martin and Martin Short. I have Wicked comes out. So I think it's going to be Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. But I don't know if Ariana Grande will be the musical guest because, like, I don't think she'll have an album. So I
Sure.
have Kelsey Ballerini as the musical guest then. And just,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
I see your Wicked double hosting. I personally had put that originally for November 16th. That
Yes.
because I like it's a Universal movie. So
Yeah.
they can go as close to release as they want because they're
You're,
Universal. They can,
yeah.
who's not a Universal movie that's very big coming out? Gladiator
Oh
2
my God, I didn't even think
on the
about
same
that.
day as Wicked. So for me, November 2nd, we'll have to hold either Mr. Paul Mescal himself with Gracie Abrams as the musical guest.
You're crazy.
I just want to be a little crazy, be a little chaotic. Plus, her tour is touring around New York at that time. So, no, there we go.
Oh,
Her
did we lose her?
tour,
Or did I lose her?
there we go. Okay, okay.
Wait, Cindy, I think you're breaking up.
Are we good? Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
now
we're
we can
good.
hear you.
I have to repeat
Fine.
yourself.
You guys
Yeah,
like,
just go back to Gracie. Yeah.
yeah. So Gracie, she'll be touring in New York around that time as well. So she'll be there. You'll be there. It's a little moment. But someone that I could see a little more than Paul Mescal is a fan favorite host, Pedro Pascal. Nominated for an
Yeah.
Emmy and everything. I would see him a little bit more than Paul, but I had to throw the Paul and Gracie one out there. But who I would lock in as my host for that week would be Pedro for Gladiator 2. So,
I so see that. And you have such a good point with Wicked maybe being a little later.
Yeah.
well, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just a girl. I can only put out my best guesses. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying Pedro is going to be the host and then Paul might be the guest?
So I was just thinking that I was throwing that like it might be Paul as the host, but I think it's gonna be one of them for Gladiator 2 for sure. I think Pedro has more of a likelihood than Paul, just because Paul doesn't really give silly guy, and also he's not like Pedro Pascal's like a fan favorite. So if I had to pick one that I would like put up as like for sure my guess, it's gonna be Pedro.
You- But
But
Paul could
Yeah.
introduce Gracie or like how Taylor came out to introduce Ice Spice.
true. Paul could be there.
Yeah.
Paul could do a cameo on the episode. So,
Yeah. And they'll have to do the ant skit that Pedro does all the time. Is
exactly.
Oh
how,
my God,
yeah.
yes. I love that
Protective
Yeah.
skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be the Gladiator one because I think it does make sense for Wicked to be a little
Yeah.
bit closer because there's already so much buzz about that movie. There's been
Yeah.
for years that like it's definitely going to be like up until it release, most
Right.
No, I
definitely.
totally agree.
Yeah.
But
But
I
I think
definitely think if Paul isn't hosting, Pedro's gonna guest, or it's gonna be vice versa.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be like that too. But I think Pedro's definitely gonna show up for the ant skit, especially, and Paul's gonna be in it somehow if Paul
Oh,
is the host.
somehow they'll find a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you won that one easily, Sydney.
Thanks.
That was good.
But no, I do think that Wicked, I could totally see them doing a duo host for this one. I think they'd be crazy not to.
I agree.
Right? I feel like they kind of have to.
They're
But then I
definitely
wonder,
going to do something special with that one. Like there's
yeah,
no way.
Yeah.
right? And then I wonder, like, would they even need a musical guest? Like, if they do Wicked? Because, like,
Yeah.
what if they just did, like, a medley from the
Well, that's
movie?
the
You
thing.
know?
We could bring like
Yeah.
Broadway stars. Someone else I could see coming on and being a guest during that too would be Jonathan Bailey.
Oh my God.
I
Or
was
Idina
thinking that.
Menzel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, Christian Chenoweth. Jonathan Bailey would be good, too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, and I think bringing like Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth, like they
Yeah.
have the power. They have
No,
the
I feel I think
believe.
both of these will happen, but I think yours will happen first.
Oh, also one part, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I literally forgot about Wicked is Bowen Yang is in Wicked.
Oh, I
Like,
forgot. Yeah,
can't
me
forget that.
too. Doesn't he play like Glenda's like little like minions? Like
Mhm.
it's
Like
him and
one
then
of
someone
her
else.
friends.
Yeah.
Oh
No, I
wow, I didn't even know that.
yeah.
Oh, he's in
That'll
the
be
That's
cool.
trailer.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, they're doing something. I don't know what they're planning, but
Something's
it's gonna be
something's
something big,
brewing.
and I'm excited. But
Me
Yeah.
too.
Well, we'll have to do like a midway through, see if we were right about any of these, and then do
yeah,
season because this was actually really fun.
it was fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm proud to report that we tied.
I know. We did pretty
Yeah.
good. Good game. Oh, shake your
Y'all
hand.
had really good predictions. Y'all really did y'all's research and everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But I think going past November 2nd, I think Timothy Chalamet is due for a return,
Oh yeah,
especially with Bob Dylan coming
yeah.
out.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Wicked, obviously, we just talked about. Those are like the big ones I can see coming out. Some people we didn't bring up that I think are possibilities is Lady Gaga for
Oh, for
Joker.
Joker.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's definitely a possibility. I don't think and they're gonna do anything for the Saturday night movie and
I
them
don't
locking
yeah.
that in.
I
So
don't
they,
know how involved they were, if at all, with that. Because isn't it
right?
Sony?
I don't, it's a Sony movie, so that's why
Yeah.
I think they're not gonna touch it at all. And so I'll be curious. But there's a lot of big names in that movie. Like Rachel
Right.
Sennett is big in comedy.
Glenn
We had
O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien.
Kaya
Like,
Gerber.
And Wolfhard.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. Yeah.
so there's a lot of, I'll be curious to see what happens with that.
Yeah. I guess we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
So
And
that's also, that one comes out, I believe, in mid-October.
yeah, it
So
does.
that'll be interesting to see how that whole discourse plays out and if they do anything with that. So those were
Yeah.
two
You
though
have an
that
exciting year coming up.
Really,
I
really. Yeah, you have such an
You have an
exciting.
exciting year, 50th
I
anniversary, and then being
know,
a page while
literally.
SNL movie.
You're gonna be Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah,
When I
that's
fin.
one of
But no, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm really excited for this season. But
Me
yeah,
too. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we had for this week. It was kind of a
Happy 10th
crazy,
episode. Yeah.
it's a lot of lore this week, I feel like. A lot of theorizing.
Oh, as always. Yeah.
As always, our
And we'll
trademark.
have to have Catherine back when I guess we do part two of the
Yeah.
bracket and for Emily in Paris. Part two. Yeah.
Yay.
love
Yeah.
to.
Well, alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us. Alrighty.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been so fun.
All right. Bye, girly pop.